We're back, people, and today we're going to film on Austin Jackson, Miami Dolphins right tackle, and he just continues to play better and better each game, especially as a run blocker. He's making a huge difference in the running game. That right side of the line has really done a great job creating movement. Hunt, Jackson, they're definitely showing some nice tape out there. They're pancaking people. Austin Jackson moves much better in the running game. There's still some things he needs to work on in pass protection, but he's definitely gotten better with his overall technique in both pass protection and run blocking with the hands, the feet. Things are still better. There's just, I think, if Tua was holding onto the ball a little bit longer, he would get exposed at times in pass protection. I think this is going to be his biggest matchup next week versus the Bills. He's kind of like that key. I feel like they might attack with Leonard Floyd out there. But here we got Jackson lined up. They're using this toss. They've been doing a lot of crack toss to get to the outside. This is like a toss wind back situation. So they're going to cut this back. And instead of reaching this four-tech who's lined up head up with Jackson, he drives him down the line. See how he gets engaged with him. Good hand placement. And now you can just see him drive, create displacement all the way down the line. And then it helps, work into the cutback lane. And he finishes his block here. Probably his best rep of the game. Loved that. Helps, create a lane for H-handle work up the middle. Pick up a nice 8-yard gain. He did a lot of good work, especially in the running game. And in pass protection, McDaniel just does a good job with his scheme with the play action to slow down the edge rushers from rushing and sliding protection with how he does these things to, not get Austin Jackson a bunch of true one-on-one matchups. So, that's really a big scheme advantage, and I think a big reason why the offensive line's been so successful in pass protection. Plus, the players are all just playing better, too, under the new coaching. And it's just a combination of all these things that has really brought this offense up and elevated it. I think the O-line is really what has changed from this year to last year, because last year they were still very good overall as an offense, but I think the O-line's the biggest reason that they've stepped up and have become like a dominant rushing attack as well as a dominant passing attack, which they already were last year. Together, I feel like at times when he does his 45-degree sets, things like that, he can get a little bit caught off balance at time, but when he's able to attack and be a little more aggressive, almost like he's attacking like he's a run blocker and then just get engaged, just much better job here. Look at the hands inside the chest. He's bending at the knees. He's not super overextended here yet. His base is pretty good with an active footwork, and he gets a little tiny bit overextended as this rusher tries to pull away right here, but he's still able to respond pretty nicely, get back into a spot, and just allow Tua to throw a nice ball down the middle. Just another good work from Austin Jackson there, but also the scheme helping make the life easier on the offensive line. That's why I was never super worried about the O-line going into the season, especially in pass protection, just because what McDaniel is able to do for a lot of those reps to help out the O-line overall throughout a game, it just makes their true one-on-ones become a lot more limited opportunities for defense to really get after the quarterback. And Tua gets rid of the ball so quickly, which is nothing's changed really. He's getting rid of it even quicker, but average depth of target still there, and they get that big Tyreek Hill touchdown on that play. Here we got Jackson on the backside of this toss crack concept. They do the cheat short out motion, whatever the Dolphins are calling it. It's easier to see from this back angle. He has to cut off a linebacker. Pretty impressive on this rep to get ahead of this guy, but McDaniel does a really good job. First of all, every single guy is just out leveraged on their block. It's very nice. They're running to left here. Every guy has that leverage advantage on the offensive line. Jackson's able to shoot up the field, takes a good angle, and this guy tries to cut underneath, which is exactly what he wanted. He wanted to cut him off to this front shoulder, because if he cuts underneath, there's no way he's going to be able to get to Mostert out here. And even though he gets ahead of him, he's still able to slow him down and then also get another little block on him just in case, so he never has any chance to even get there. I feel pretty comfortable with that Jackson in the running game. He still has a lot to work to do overall as a pass protector. I think, if he had to drop back and just get one-on-one in pass protection all game long, it would still be pretty rough, a pretty rough outing for him against very good guys. But he's definitely shown improvement, and I just feel like he deserves some credit for that. I don't think I've ever shown a play in this before, but look at 5. He jumps off sides, and Jackson reacts to it. Just smart football. Like to see smart football players out there. When a guy jumps, you react to it. If he's clearly across the line, if he gets back, don't react, but react, get that 5-yard penalty. That's just a good, smart football play from Austin Jackson. Just wanted to show that to show off some football intelligence out of him. He's clearly learning and developing in that area as well. Another nice rep here from Jackson. He doesn't have to reach this time. He's just able to drive this down, and they hit the cutback lane with Raheem Mostert there. As you can see, better from this end zone view. It's a 3-tech, so it's very hard to reach on these concepts, but it's another toss wind back. They do a really good job of mixing these up with the crack toss where you're really trying to get it to the outside. This is your aiming point, but this is the wind back. You can see just from angled view when he cuts back like this, Mostert's going to follow him up. So Jackson wants to drive this guy down. He doesn't want to cut him off here. As a 3-tech, it's very difficult for a right tackle to cut that position off. So he just drives him down the line, create that displacement here horizontally, and now Mostert has the cutback lane doing your job. Sometimes, things can be easy. You don't make it super difficult. Stop trying to reach him, get him squared up. Just drive him down the line. You have that natural advantage to drive him, hit that low hip, and take him down the line anyway. That's where the guy's moving naturally. Just carry him that way. Have Mostert hit the cutback lane. No one's there to get it, and they just pick up a nice 17-ish yards down the field. Excellent, excellent work there from Austin Jackson. And then there's reps like these with Jackson where he just gets knocked off balance, and those true 101s where he's just this gets called back from holding. I believe someone else was holding on the play. But yeah, getting Tyreek Hill down the field on a deep out. Good throw, anticipation by Tua. But these are the reps you got to worry about. See how he uses this drag hand? He has that left hand to the outside where he's helping, just in case this guy shoots here, and Connor Williams late, and then he gets the hold right there. So he has the drag hand. So Jackson is in a tough position. He's kind of worrying about two guys. And then once he gets engaged a little late, he's caught off balance. He slips here, but it is nice to see him recover. He's completely lost this rep. This rep is lost. Bad positioning, overextended now, but is still able to now drop an anchor, get to his knee, and slow this guy down just enough, give Tua a chance to throw this to Tyreek, and he actually stops him. If you can see, he's able to anchor and stonewall him. Once he gets back up from his knee, he's able to stop him just enough, and he had no more momentum going into Tua. Tua didn't even get hit on the play. So it's not a terrible rep. It's nice to see him at least recover. He'll have these reps where the start of the play just looks a little rough. The technique, he's still getting used to, things like that. But it's nice to see him at least be able to respond. You're going to lose as an offensive lineman. Recovery ability is so important. Do you have that athleticism or the play strength to regain positioning, understanding technique, nuances, and things? And I think Jackson's still struggling there at times, but he's showing an improvement, which is huge. He's still only 24 years old, so things can still get better for him. Jackson in the running game again. This time, down blocking this guy with the tight end H-back pulling through. Very, very impressive. Also, with angled, they got the double H pull power type of concept, and he's just down blocking. Everyone's up here is, sort of zone blocking. He's able to cut this guy off, drive him down, and then he's able to cut him off. Get your hips. See how this guy's trying hard to win back into this gap. So he just, gets his positioning, cuts him off here, exactly where you want to be. And now the running back, I believe that's, Achane just has to work off the back of Julian Hill and Jackson there combined to pick up a nice little 5-yard gain. Wasn't a perfect rep, and but it's nice to see him fighting out there, getting things going. Pretty nice work there from Austin Jackson. This is the plays like this. These will happen in pass protection still. This is why it's good Tua's getting the ball out so quickly, because he gets pressured and hit there. I think this is he gave up a pressure and a hit on this game, and you can see just a little too nonchalant, playing a little too head up. You don't want to overextend, but you don't want to be completely stood up with your waist right there. And then he bends over a little too late and just gets his hands on, allows the defensive end to get hands into chest. It's fine if you don't always want to be first with your hands. You can mix things up, but you can't be out of balance when they're doing this. And then he's just getting pushed back, doesn't have the best anchor or play strength in these situations. He never has. He's showing improvements, but still going to get overpowered. It's a good thing. Tua is just on fire, super efficient. He's, I know people think it's the system and the players around him making him look good. There's a lot of situations where that can be true, but there's also a lot of situations where Tua is making a lot of other people look very good. It's just the marriage of it all. Last play, break down. I feel comfortable with Austin Jackson climbing to the second level when he's able to just cut guys off at the linebacker. We've seen it a couple times now, just quickly getting down there. He might, he thinks he might go down and help down block here on a combo and then climb, but Hunt does a good job just winning that leverage right away. So Jackson instead, he helps out with the drag hand, but then just gets over there, cuts off the linebacker, takes him on. Pretty good hand. You should completely squares him up. And look where this linebacker is, 41. He wants to square him up, but then now he wants to get his hips across, get his hat across to turn him. So then Mostert can hit up right through here. That's a really nice rep. You can just tell he's understanding the game at a much better level. And his run blocking is actually quite good. Overall, he doesn't have too many negative reps in the running game. Pass protection is still a worry. I think it's a very good thing that he's in this scheme specifically because it helps him out a lot of the time. But yeah, definitely showing improvement, and he's still getting better. I still think, they give him a chance. They don't really, I mean, Kendall Lamb could play right tackle at some point in the season. He's also a good player. I just haven't seen him there in quite some time. He's been, left tackle for the Dolphins. I'm sure he can play it because he's played it in the past, but overall, feel much more comfortable with this offensive line than I've ever probably felt about the Dolphins offensive line. Teron Armstead's elite. Isaiah Wynn's playing really good in pass protection. Some inconsistencies in the running game, but overall good. Connor Williams struggles to snap the ball, but other than that, he's been a very good blocker. And then Robert Hunt has been dominant as well, doing whatever he wants in both. Not very many negative reps. He's had some very amazing reps, though. And then Jackson having the best season of his career. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.